Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Welcome back to another edition of the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. This is the Marvelous One, back at it again with Don and Philosophical. All I have to say, man, to you two is I told you. I told you. I mean, it's still a long season. I'm still predicting 9-8 for my Saints, but this offense is some trash. And I know Saints fans out there saying, oh, it's the offensive play calling. Man, look, I don't care what play they call out there. It's up to the players to execute it. And right now, we got a quarterback that's either shell-shocked or he's just done. And yeah, okay, at one point, he was a good quarterback. And I forget what year it was, but there was a year that the Raiders went 12-4, and he blew out his knee. I think Jack Del Rio was the head coach, and Carr had a good season. He was like MVP level quarterback. And so, yes, at one point he was a top 10 quarterback. Not anymore. Not anymore. You know, doing these rehab jobs on these quarterbacks that nobody else want. Like, we got to stop it, Saints. We know what we're getting. Andy Dalton, he was done. Jameis Winston, well, he never was good. Well, at least not in the pros. And now Derek Carr, he's at the end. It's just like, man, let's stop it, yo. We've had 4 straight games where we have not scored 20 points. Derek Carr has 2 touchdowns on the season with 2 interceptions. And Sunday, he threw 37 passes, completed 23 of them for 127 yards. How is that possible? That's unreal, yo. And I'm watching the game. I rewatched the game, and I'm seeing like he's not taking like the first read when the receiver's open. Like, he's looking for big shots, and he's just not able to hit them anymore. So I'm just frustrated watching this things, and like it's like how do you not look at this dude? You saw him last season. He couldn't pass midfield against us, and then you sign him to a $150 million deal this season. Make it make sense to me, Saints fans. How does that make sense? You shut him down last season where he couldn't even pass midfield, and then you sign him to a deal. The dumbest thing I've ever seen. So, you know, hey, enjoy this mediocre season. I'm hoping for 9-8. I'm not even sure we can do that. But it's damn sure not going to be a double-digit win season because we have no offense to do that. And you can replace the play caller. You can do whatever the hell you want. It ain't going to make a difference as long as you got the guy that's pulling the trigger that can't do it, who can't shoot.
Hey, Ma.
I yield back my time.
I got a couple questions, too. Go ahead, Don. I got a couple questions, Don. Maybe you can answer this since, you know, me and Ma have gone back and forth about this. How many seasons did Derek Carr play for the Raiders?
9.
How many seasons has he played for the Saints?
This is his first
season, right? 4 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
New coaching staff,
mm-hmm.
new playbook,
yep,
new players. We've said on the show that it takes a little while to gel, right? The defense is amazing. Defense is elite, right?
Yep.
And I'm not defending Derek.
You're
Carr.
not? You sound like it.
I'm just
sure sound like it.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think there needs to be a little bit of grace towards Derek Carr right now. New system, new players, and you're absolutely right about Derek Carr as far as, like, you know, can't make certain passes, right? And I'm saying on the flip side of it, and I've said it numerous times, and I'll say it again. He was an upgrade over Andy Dalton. He was an upgrade over Jameis Winston, right? You're gonna say it's obvious, right?
But that's like saying, you know, going to a Toyota Corolla over a Pinto is an upgrade. Well, yeah, okay, if you want to call that an upgrade.
You guys started out 2-0.
That's not like getting a real car. You know what I mean? A real luxury car, something you know you can succeed with.
You guys really should be 3-1, right? Outside of that Packers game,
but
right?
we're not.
You're not. You're 2-2. The season's not over.
No, it's not over.
Right? The season's not over.
We're a 500 team, like I told you.
I have more confidence in you guys winning 9 games, maybe even 10, with Derek Carr than without him.
Okay.
So, I mean, right now he's a borderline game manager. And all I'm saying, is that such a bad thing? We can't even get Desmond Ritter over 150 yards.
Hey, Phil, I'm gonna take it to another place. So,
okay, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and scratch. Let's go ahead and say your offensive line stinks.
That's a good point.
Because guess what? They can't even pass block or run block. So what are you really? So what is your identity? Because on times, I mean, it was times where y'all had the game under wrap, and you couldn't run the ball, which means you can't eat the clock. Eating the clock is not making pass completions for first downs. That's not how you eat clock. You eat clock late in the game by running that ball, and they can't push the line back, and they can't hold the pocket.
So ain't no Alvin Kamara. Ain't no Alvin Kamara.
So Alvin played on Sunday.
Okay.
So I see it differently. So you guys see it as the offensive line isn't blocking, and that was the case. My second year left tackle missed a couple of assignments, and yes, Carr got sacked. But a lot of his sacks, from what I can tell, is holding on the ball too long. He's not taking that read, that first read where the receiver's open.
They're not open, Marv.
No, I looked at the tape. I looked at it. They're open. He's not taking it. He's not his timing. He's not on time. He's not on time with his passes.
But that's rhythm, though, Marv. That's rhythm. That's rhythm. I mean, you need
that's more. That's quarterbacking, Phil. I mean, you make it seem like it's like saying that's dancing. I mean, that's rhythm, and you're not doing it when you're dancing. You need rhythm to dance. You need rhythm to quarterback.
Yeah, but it's only been 4 games, Marv.
Well,
it's been 4 games,
and it ain't good. We're losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we all looked at and said, this is not a good team.
But you're one game out, Marv. So yeah. You want to gas the whole city. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you do it, man.
I never said that. I said we're a 500 team. I told you guys. I said
which is great right now.
9-8 is probably best.
That's good.
If you guys are impressed with that, and we'll be sad.
9-8 might win that division.
I doubt it.
9-8 might win that division. How many games do you think the Buccaneers go win?
The leader is 3-1 right now. It'd be different if we were all 2-2.
You're 1 game behind.
Okay. Phil, sometimes I don't understand you. 13-3 wasn't impressive to you, but now 2-2 is great.
No, I'm saying
great, but it's like you're not that bad. You're not that bad off, Marv.
You're not 1-3, Marv, like some other teams, the Minnesota Vikings. You're not 1-3 with a terrible defense. Right,
that's true. The Giants. I mean,
you're not 0-4.
No. You know, Phil.
The Broncos, which is
the Broncos
in Colorado.
I guess what you guys are making me feel so much better. It's like saying, "Well, you're not dead. You're still alive." You know that. Thanks, man. I feel so much better now.
Yes. Yes.
You guys can make the wild card.
At least you got a roof over your head.
You guys can make the wild card.
Okay. Well, we'll see, man. I'm not excited about my team. I told you that from the beginning of the season. I don't like what we're doing offensively. I didn't like the signing of Carr.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you've said this numerous times, right? You didn't like the signing of Carr. Who did you want then, Mark?
I said,
who did you want?
I told you, either draft somebody or you let Taysom Hill start. Period. You draft someone or you let Taysom Hill start. We had a first-round draft pick. We took Brazil, who is fantastic. Love him. Defensive line, defensive tackle. You're probably going to be hearing more about him. But I would have taken a quarterback.
Hill is fourth in your depth chart.
They don't use him.
And you talk about somebody who can't give you 150 yards passing. He probably won't even give you 105.
What you gonna run? You gonna run the Atlanta offense?
There you go throwing out numbers, dude. When dude started, he averaged 250 yards a game.
Yeah, but we talk about. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can't just throw things out. You can't just throw things out, and then when you get the facts, you try to avoid and go to something else. When we talk about Pop Warner football in Atlanta, right? That's what they playing out there. What do you think Taysom Hill would have done? What do you think Taysom Hill would have done?
No, he would have been fine. He's fine. We've seen it, Phil. It's not like it's not anything we have to imagine. We've seen it for 9 games. It would have been fine. We went 7-2 in the 9 games that he started.
Okay, so you feel they should have gave the reins to Taysom Hill. In your opinion, why didn't the organization do that? They obviously see something in Derek Carr that they don't see in Taysom Hill.
Well, they rather use Taysom Hill in other spots. That's the logic that they've given. They rather see him as this versatile player that you'll take. Like, I've never seen any other team do this. I saw the Ravens do this. They would take out Flacco and put Lamar in at the goal line to run the offense. But they're doing it. The Saints are really alternating spots with Derek Carr and Taysom Hill. Like, we are running a high school offense where they got 2 quarterbacks. And when you got 2 quarterbacks, you have none.
X.
Okay. I think you guys are a lot better than the bottom feeders of the NFC right now.
Well, thanks, Phil. That makes me feel so much
better.
They
got y'all sitting underneath for the Falcons, but the Falcons are hot trash.
I feel so much better. You're telling me we're better than the Bears. Thank you. We're better than the Giants. Oh, I feel so much better now. Thank you. Glass half full.
Well, not just the Bears, Giants. I mean, Vikings, Carolina, Arizona.
That's like saying, well, at least my picks this past week was better than Phil's. Phil went
by 1 game.
I was 9-7. You were 8-8.
Yeah,
I'm still 5 games ahead of you. So at least I'm better than you.
Well. It'll change by week 6 or 7. You know me. You're
a late starter.
you know how it is. Week 6 or 7.
Late starter.
Yeah, late starter.
I'll come back. I'm Desmond Ritter. I'll make a comeback.
You get a nice coat of sweat on him.
All right, whatever, man. All right, y'all ready to do the recap, or you got something to say you want to say about these Ravens beating up on the Sean?
Oh no, we gonna. I'll address all your trash picks as we go through the.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Wow. Man,
yeah, who's trash picks?
Hey, I wrote some keywords that you said during the last show, and I just want you to recap on those words. I'll use your words to see how you feel about them.
All right. Well, all right. Let's go. The Thursday night game, we had the Packers at home against the Lions. We all picked the Lions. I mean, this one was easy. I think the Packers, with Jordan Love is proven that he's just not ready for this offense. He's not ready to lead this team. So we'll see what happens.
The Lions are legit. The Lions are legit.
The Lions are legit. We can say that. Yeah, we can agree on that.
Concur.
Right. The Jags in London played against the Falcons. So Don was the only one to go with the Jags.
Facts.
I went with Desmond Ritter, the high school quarterback, Desmond Ritter, and the Falcons. And the Falcons, man, I mean, how do you have 2 6'5" receivers who are very athletic and you can't get them the ball, Desmond Ritter? If you're listening to the show, Desmond, leave a comment. Explain us how you can't get the ball to Kyle Pitts and Drake London.
They got, I saw that game. They got Desmond Ritter throwing these 5-and-out cross patterns to 6'5" wide receivers that just throw the ball deep. He hasn't thrown the ball deep now one time all season. You got 2 running backs back there. It's just frustrating because I had the Falcons winning 10 games this year, and that does not look like it's happening.
Only on Xbox and PlayStation.
The one time that I said the Falcons were good, they follow through on how they normally play and became the Falcons again. The 28th.
And look at the Jaguars.
Falcons team.
Jeez.
Just foolishness.
The minute I don't pick the Jaguars, here they come.
All right. Now
let's go ahead and talk about this because y'all picked the quarterback and had faith in the quarterback that was running a wishbone offense. And I know they have a dominating running back, but the running back is great.
They have
if you can make them fear the pass. He can't pass the ball over 10 yards.
Yeah, they have 2 good running backs.
2 good running backs.
Yeah. Which is crazy. And
that's a wishbone.
And 2 good receivers that they can't get the ball to.
And a good offensive line.
Yeah. I don't understand. Heineke's sitting right there on the bench. Why not use Heineke? But
it's coming.
Hey, it's the Falcons. They like losing. Next slide. We had the Bills at home against those Dolphins. And I was the only one to go with the Bills. I thought this was easy. How could y'all be fooled?
You guessed on that one.
There was no guess.
Yeah, that was a
guess.
Guess.
I told y'all from the start of the season, the Bills own this division.
Bills look like trash their first game.
The Bills own this division. This is the Bills division.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I said it. Next
you gotta
slide.
hear this. Hey, so let's not allude and act like the Bills didn't get drugged that first game. Let's not act like and who did the Bills lose to, Marv?
The Jets.
What this?
It was the first game of the season.
Who did they lose to?
The Jets. Who did they lose to since then?
The worst quarterback in the league.
Who else have they lost to?
The worst quarterback. So stop it.
Who else have they lost to?
Stop it.
Exactly. Stop.
Worst quarterback in the league.
Next slide. Let's talk about this. The Bears at home against the Broncos. And somebody picked the Bears, and I circled it. Somebody told me this was a bold pick, even though it wasn't. It was two garbage can teams. But he said
it was a bold pick. It was a bold pick.
Ain't no bold pick.
Wasn't a bold pick. Both was a trash bowl.
Worst team in the league. And they remind you they were up 28-3.
There you go.
28-3. Let me talk about the New Orleans Broncos.
He like to talk in past tense.
Let me talk about these New Orleans Broncos. Right?
They were up 28-10.
I just don't understand. You know, a lot of it is Russell Wilson, but that defense is bad. That defense is bad, right? And Russell Wilson's having a great season, season, right? That defense is just bad. They got him for the next 5 years. Sean Payton ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
The Broncos right now is just. Well, I don't know if I could pick them the rest of the season. I just don't know.
Well, you keep picking on the Bears, and you know your totals will be trash like they are right now. Keep up the good work.
I know.
Next slide.
Hey, hold on. Fields played a great game. Let's not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He played one good game.
28 to 35.
He played
35, 4 touchdowns.
He played 3 good quarters.
Well, that defense let him down. Let's not. Justin Fields
Facts.
Justin Fields doesn't play defense now. Let's not.
No.
The defense did let him down, Marv.
Fields can continue to score. He couldn't do it in the second half.
Come on, man. Hey, when you're up by 28 like that, your defense they gotta earn their pay too.
They gotta earn their pay, but you gotta keep up you gotta keep the points going. You know that defense is bad. Let's go. Next slide. Browns at home against the Ravens. All right, yeah, Don, you're the only one that picked the Ravens. Phil and I didn't know Deshaun Watson wasn't playing. You know, the Browns gave us no indication that this dude was hurt. That was dirty, Browns. If I'd have known he was hurt, there was a chance he wasn't going to play, I would have picked the Ravens. So, you know, it is what it is. You can gloat over a win over, I don't even know who the quarterback was for the Browns.
I ain't going to gloat over the win. I'm just going to tell you like this. Lamar gets chastised for not staying healthy, but when another quarterback doesn't stay healthy, you can't, see it through. Now, nobody want to pick that out. So I'm not going to gloss over the fact that it's fourth week in NFL, and you can't even muster up. Everybody's going to get a little bump, little bruises and things of that nature. And guess what? That defense was everybody was healthy. And guess what? Garrett, we ran it down your throat. Matter of fact, you was gassed because we hammered that ball. We ran the ball on you, all the way through. Between Lamar and our 2 running backs, we chalked up the yards, and guess what? It opened up the play action. So we did, we did what we were supposed to do, and they were who we thought they were. Next slide.
Next slide. Titans at home against the Bengals. And I just want to ball up the paper because I just don't know what Titans team is going to show up. I mean, this is kind of annoying, trying to predict what they're going to do. So
we smoking on that Joe Burrow.
Yeah, well,
smoking on that Joe Burrow.
You picked Joe Burrow too.
I did too. I picked Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I fought myself, and I shouldn't have picked it. If you listen to me, I didn't even say it. You shouldn't even count it that ball because I couldn't get it out. I almost threw up saying it.
Joe Burrow is hurt right now, so
he's always been hurt. Hold on, stop. Let's go ahead and stop this, okay? Because he came in the league and he got hurt, right? Facts. And now he's always been hurt. And everybody wants to act like he's this elite quarterback. He's not that guy.
Man,
so stop it.
Don,
he's not that guy.
You got to understand, this is part of the Phil playbook. When it's a quarterback he likes, Oh, well, he was hurt. He just got there.
You say like ESPN and Fox giving this guy awards that he has not won. He has not won nothing.
He hasn't won. He hasn't won, right? Two AFC championships and one Super Bowl in 4 years. I don't know. Last time I checked, that's winning in my book.
He got to put on his suit.
That's a team that's winning. He ain't like nothing up.
He got to put on his suit.
He doesn't dominate the game
and become a defense attorney again. There you
go. Hey, hold on, Marv. Let's go there. Hold on, Marv.
That's winning. That's winning.
Hey, Marv, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second on this, because I get hot about quarterbacks that get rated higher than Lamar, but does not dominate the game. Now, Mahomes, hey, I bow down, because when it comes down to it, he can take over a game. I don't see Joe Burrow taking over a game. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And he doesn't play hurt either. Lamar has played hurt, went into the tunnel, come out, and then go and get a touchdown. Next slide.
The gentleman from Baltimore, your time has expired. Moving on. We had Baltimore's old team, the Colts, at home against the Rams. And, man, this was a good game.
A good game.
It was a really good game, man. So Don and I picked the Colts, and Phil went with the Rams. This is like the 4th time he's picked the Rams, and he finally got one right. And the Rams.
I told you about the Rams. I told you about the Rams. I said the Rams were going to win 8 games, and you guys crucified me for this. And it's happening. They're catching fire right now. I told you about the Rams. They're going to make the wild card.
All right. Your time has expired. Next slide. All right. We had the Saints at home against the Bucks. The Saints were 3-point home favorites. Yeah, we all went with the Bucks. Like, look, my heart was with the Saints, but hey, this is the voice of reason. I'm not gonna lie to you, to my listeners out there. This is the voice of reason. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I knew the Bucks were gonna win this game. I'm rooting for the Saints, but I knew the Bucks were gonna win this game, and the Bucks won this game convincingly. It wasn't even close. 26-9. I've already said my piece about Derek Carr. I don't want to hear no more arguments from Phil as he put on his defense attorney tie.
Well, actually, to our listeners
here we
out
go.
There, to our listeners out there, put in the comments. Let's have a conversation in the comments about Derek Carr and the Saints. Marv think the Saints are hitting doomsday, and last time, let us know in the comments. You agree with Marv? You agree with me?
I said the Saints are going 9-8. That doesn't sound like a doomsday.
Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments.
Let me say this to the listeners out there. Look, it's one of the things. It's one or two things you want to be. This goes for the NFL and it goes for the NBA. You either want to be one of the top 5 teams, or you want to be one of the top worst teams, right? The bottom 5 teams. Why? You don't want to be stuck in the middle. You don't want to be a middle level team. Because you never get a chance to get better because you're not at the bottom. And obviously you're not good enough because you're not at the top. So you're going to be stuck in the middle every year. And that's us right now.
I agree with that. I can agree with that. I agree with that.
Well,
but the NFC's middle team is kind of, you're approaching wild card division winner compared to the AFC.
I wouldn't say that, Phil. See, you go too far. You go too far with things.
Okay. You guys can win the wild card. Go to the wild card game.
Win
the division or win the division at 9 games in the NFC South can win you the division.
That's the only way you're going to be able to make the playoffs. Is by winning the division.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Let us know in the comments. Comment on this.
Hey, I'm just gonna say it's been enough crying at the funeral, man. Hey, next slide.
All right, that's all right. We'll hear you crying at the funeral next week.
There's been enough crying at the funeral.
All right, next slide. We got the Eagles. We had the Eagles at home against the Commanders. This was a good game. Hard-fought game, overtime. Eagles won 34-31. We all went with the Eagles. I don't know, man. Do you guys think Sam Howell is coming of age?
No.
With this Commanders offense? No?
No. They got. It's not all the Sam Howell. They got their offensive line is just bad. They can't protect.
I'm just saying this kid is competing.
Yeah.
And to me, this is what I always say. I would rather see a young quarterback get an opportunity to play and prove themselves. Like I say, either you're gonna be at the bottom or you're gonna be at the top. If you're gonna be at the bottom, get a new quarterback. But get a young quarterback that you can grow with.
They are improved. They are better. I think they're a lot better than last year. I think they need to clean up a couple things.
Hey, Phil, y'all playing around, man. Y'all playing around. Hey, let's talk about the game. You know, you talking around riddles. Let's talk about the game. And the game should not have went into overtime.
Damn,
I think
let's go to face that. Did you watch the game? I mean, because we're talking about the horses and all that other stuff. I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about why did Riverboat,
Riverboat Ryan didn't go for the win? Why he didn't go for the win? I don't know. He got soft. He about to lose his job. if he had job security, he would have went for it. So he got soft. That's why.
Because I know one thing. You got to go for the win. You got to go.
I can say Eric Bieniemy had at least 3 plays that he wanted to call.
Yeah, the Riverboat Ron, who had just went to the Super Bowl and riding high and job security, Riverboat Ron would have went for it. But this Ron here is not Riverboat Ron anymore.
There you go.
Yeah, he's scared Ron.
Scared money don't make no money. And I think that was the time to do it because you know how much momentum they would have got. I mean, for one, you would have gained something from the fan base because guess what? There are no more victories than there are no more losses. You know, you can't. They say, oh, they played a great game. No, if you're gonna say that, then you're gonna say, hey, listen, man, we're gonna try to win the game. We're gonna try to, and I wanted them to go for it because I wanted to see if Philly really had that Super Bowl defense that everybody claimed that they had. Because at that point in time, I like to say that the Commanders had a nice old little foot up their backside, man. And they was on their heels, and they had the knockout punch that they could have delivered in order to put that game out of reach. And then we would have been talking realistically about the Eagles not being a top 5 team.
That's a good point.
Top 5 team. I definitely think they're a top 5 team.
Stop it.
I think they're a top 5 team.
They're top 10 team, not top 5.
Are we talking
Riverboat played scared. The Commanders should have won that game.
Well, they didn't. Next slide. That's all that matters. They didn't. Panthers at home against the Vikings. Foolishly, I picked the Panthers because I was expecting Andy Dalton to play, and he did not. And the Vikings got their first win. And, of course, Phil picked against his team and against one of the worst teams in the league.
That's debatable because both of these teams are some of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah. Hey, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Kirk is balling out of control, and it's sad that he's on a losing team and he's part of a losing organization. It's just sad, the way that the Vikings are just falling apart at the hinges. Defensively, you got people. I mean, I got people in there cashing checks before even game time, man. It's sad.
Well, this is the thing, right? When they let Dalvin Cook go, that was the writing on the wall right there.
You told me that they could. You told me that it was okay to let him go. I got you on recording saying that. Don't back down from that.
And you did say that.
I did say that, but I'm here to say that was a mistake. We should have gave him a 1-year deal.
It's not like
a 1-year deal to kind of because. Go ahead.
It's not like Dalvin Cook is lighting the world on fire with the Jets or wherever he is.
He can't even get on the field with the Jets.
Yeah,
can't even get on the field with the Jets. But that's neither here or there. But
it's all about atmospheres and environments.
We can't run the ball. We can't run the ball. Right? Justin Jefferson's coming out talking about Kirk Cousins too. The defense is bad. They're rumblings in the locker room. It's just this team.
You're just not talking enough about that bad defense. Because I mean, to me, that's the story.
I mean, I'm being generous with that.
Two-hand touch.
Yeah, you being real nice.
We spent some money. We spent some. It's beyond
one of the worst defenses in the league.
It's the worst. It's the worst in the league. It's the worst.
Overworked.
And we spent a lot of money on defense too.
I think
to me, my Charles Barkley voice. That terrible.
To me, Kirk Cousins is underpaid. He overworked.
Well, he's not underpaid.
Yes, he is.
He's underpaid.
Let's not.
He is the only reason to watch the game.
Yeah. Only reason you in the game. Because right now,
facts.
The Panthers played Bryce Young. I'm sorry. to my listeners out there, Bryce Young isn't ready. He is not good.
No, he's not. I concur, man.
He's not ready, but they don't have any receivers, and the Panthers was just running and passing the ball up and down the field on Minnesota's defense.
I think that the Panthers are not doing him a favor by playing him. Andy Dalton should be playing, and he should be sitting back learning from him. Andy Dalton looked really good against the Seahawks, and how they played the Vikings this week. I mean, their only touchdown came off of an interception. I don't think Bryce Young threw a touchdown. I don't think the Panthers scored an offensive touchdown. The touchdown came off the pick six that your boy Cousins threw. So
I think what's going to happen, either if they trade Cousins or let him walk in the offseason, this is writing on the wall. It's getting ready to hit rebuild mode. They got to rebuild this defense, and they got to consider quarterback in the draft and free agency, something. So,
okay, well, we'll take him in New Orleans. That's enough of talking about these terrible Vikings.
Well, you can't afford Kirk Cousins, so hey,
if we can afford Derek Carr, we can afford Kirk Cousins. in fact, we'll trade you Derek Carr for Kirk Cousins. No,
that's not fair.
that sounds like a deal to me. Next slide. I'm gonna start watching this team. The Texans at home against the Steelers. Don went with the Texans, and man, that was a good pick, Don.
It was a good pick.
The Texans look like
they were who we thought they were. I called it. Hey, Mike on the hot seat, baby.
But I figured the Texans were going to be pretty good this season, but I didn't think they were going to be this good.
Yeah.
So now they're at 500 at 2-2. I think I had them winning 7 games. I figured they were going to be better because I like DeMeco Ryans as a head coach.
No, I'm not going to let you do that. That was
real
cute.
Said it.
That was real cute. The Steelers are trash.
Me and Don had the Colts and Texans winning 7 games this year, Marv. You call, how you going to have these dumpster fire teams win that many games? They're dumpster fire. They're trash. And C.J. Stroud looks like the better rookie quarterback right now. Yeah. And that defense is flying all over the field.
And Mike is on the hot seat. Wouldn't you agree?
Mike Tomlin is not on the hot seat. If anything, the offensive coordinator is getting fired probably after this week. if they lose again.
Okay, and who are they going to hire? Because the problem with Pittsburgh is a family team. So who in that organization is offensive savvy in order to take control?
Well, if they fire Tomlin, who are they going to go out and get?
They can fire. They got a whole bunch of defensive personnel within that organization.
Look, guys. Look. Tomlin is not getting fired. The Steelers organization does not fire their coaches. They retire.
Hey, Mom, hold on. So let's talk about this. Let's pull this thread. Who's the most dominating person on the Steelers right now?
TJ Watt.
Nobody. TJ Watt.
Trade, and guess what? And he doesn't get you a point. So trade him, get draft picks, rebuild.
Wow.
No,
trade
man.
him.
No, man. You go another year with your second.
He can't get you a point. He's not worth a point.
Hang on, man. You got your second year quarterback in there trying to figure things out. You give him another year. If he can't figure it out, then you blow it up.
No, you blow it up right now.
They got to rebuild it right now. They got to rebuild that offensive line.
Okay, you rebuild that by giving up a player on defense. Guess what? He gets gassed.
Man,
he's not a game changer.
Wait, Don. You ain't slick. You just trying to get TJ Watt out of your division. That's what you trying to do.
Yeah, that's exactly
what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what that's all about. You don't want Lamar to get flattened by TJ Watt.
Yeah. I'll see how much energy you have when we talk about predictions. Next slide.
Chargers at home against the Raiders. This was a pretty good game. The young quarterback for the Raiders, he played pretty well. But the Chargers won this game 24-17. We all went with the Chargers, but if I'm Josh McDaniels, I'm hey, Garoppolo, why don't you rest up a little bit longer? Let's see what this kid Aiden O'Connell got. So he played pretty well. All right.
Yep.
Next slide. Cowboys at home against the Patriots. Yeah. Wow. 30.
Let me go set the stage, Marv.
I mean, what a beatdown. Don went with the Cowboys, which I'm sure he threw up in his lap when he made that pick. And I went with the Patriots.
And I tell you what, I want to see if your homeboy Dell got the same energy that he had for me when I had to respond and write almost 4 pages worth of response in order to let him know that his team was trash. And the one time I picked his team and nobody else picked his team, I want to see if he's going to share the same love for you and Phil when y'all went to Abomination when you said the Cowboys are trash and picked the Patriots. I yield my time back to you.
Well, you hear that, Dale? Definitely comment and tell Don thank you with a
goddamn right.
Put an apology.
He want a heart. Put a heart in the comments for Don.
Put XOXO, hugs and kisses or something.
There you go.
Hey, I want him to go at his homeboy Marv and ask him, what was you thinking? And are you really the voice of reason?
The voice of regret.
Next slide. Your time has expired.
Singing your goons after me.
Your time has expired. Next slide. 49ers at home against the Cardinals. 49ers won this game 35-16. We all went with the 49ers. Yeah, I think the glass slipper kind of slipped off for the Cardinals. There was no way they were winning this game. But, hey, they put up a good fight. Anyway, next slide.
So once again.
What?
Quarterback controversy, yes or no?
With the Cardinals? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You got to start questioning, what? Do I really want a 5'9" quarterback that can barely see over the offensive line back there?
So do you shop him? Try to get draft picks?
Absolutely. I think the first team you call is the Saints.
I like that.
We'll give you Derek Carr for him. Next slide. Jets at home against the Chiefs. Why was this game close? Chiefs won 23-20. We all went with the Chiefs. But
I think the Chiefs receivers is more it's becoming a problem.
Trash. They trash.
Yeah, still dropping.
Mr. Hill leaving is a problem. And not only that, you're realizing what we realized as the Ravens is that your tight end cannot be your number one receiver. It's hard.
Well, Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year, I thought. So I don't.
Your tight end is not focused. He got his girlfriend up in the stands.
Yeah, and not only that, who did name the receivers that they let go because that's not the same receiving core.
I agree. I agree.
They let Juju go. They let Hart.
Juju was the truth.
Yeah, I don't understand why they let that entire receiving core go. That didn't make any sense, man.
Because you believe that your quarterback is able to make up that difference, but he has to make up that difference because he made up the difference with the check. Next slide.
Next slide. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to spend too much time on this one, but we had the Giants at home against the Seahawks. We all went with the Seahawks. You know what it is. This was my reckless picking the Giants to be a good team this season, and they turned out to be
I'm not letting
trash.
You slide on that one. You know what? I'm glad I'm not letting you slide on this. The whole thing about the Giants are going to win the division. Danny Dimes is stats are respectable. He's good. Let's pull this thread, Marv. Hey, can't do it without Saquon Barkley. Doesn't have any receivers. The defense is good. This is the same team from last year. Danny Dimes is who we thought he was. He's not good. And they're stuck with him now. They paid him. They gave him that bag.
Gave him that bag for real. And the bad part about it is Barkley didn't do himself any justice.
No.
By, I got it, you get hurt. But now you just gave the argument to the owners that their analysis as far as running backs is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And they're stuck with this quarterback.
Phil, they're stuck with this quarterback. What you want, a cookie, man? Yes, we can see that they're not good.
It,
man.
Well,
I just said it, that yes, they stink.
Well, no, he stinks.
It was a reckless pick.
Danny Dimes stinks.
His coach was about to swing on him, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
I saw that when he was walking the sideline. He just stared at him. He was like,
He threw the iPad down. Like, did you not see this?
You're talking about on the interception, right?
Yeah. On the goal line. Yeah. The 90 goal line. Pick six.
Yeah. That was all. Hey, that should have been a fight, man. I'm serious.
Well, I mean, you saw the way he looked at him. He kind of bit down on his bottom lip, like, mother.
Yeah, but he threw the damn iPad right beside him and like, hey, look at that again. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to look at it? I'm like, man.
And where is Darren Waller? I thought that was a good signing for them. Where is he?
And create separation. He cannot create separation.
And he by himself. So, look. Yeah. The Giants season is over. We get it.
One on the bottom, one over the top.
We get it. But the Seahawks are looking good. They might get a wild card spot. They're not beating out the 49ers, but it'll be good to see the Seahawks and the 49ers play each other. All right. Well, look, last week, Don was on fire. I mean, he went 13-3.
Church
picks. Finally had a good week. Nah, that's his second good week.
Ain't no final.
Yeah. So right now,
Church
Don is leading with 41 wins, 23 mistakes, however you want to put it. I'm at 39-25, and Phil at the bottom, 34-30.
Oh, woeful.
But he was last season.
But he claims he gonna make a comeback. So we'll see.
That's how it was last season. Same record and everything.
That's right. That's right.
We got 2 seasons of data now.
Oh, boy.
So
yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of 2 seasons of data, let's see how your data is on these next picks for week 5. How about that? Yeah. All right. So we got the Commanders at home against the Bears. The Commanders are 6.5 point favorites at home. This is the Thursday night game. Let's start with Phil so he doesn't cheat. Let's start with Phil so he doesn't cheat and make our same picks.
He put data on
him. Keep him down at the bottom.
So hear me out here, right?
Okay.
I got to make this bold pick, but I tell you what, this is the last week I'm picking the Bears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Historically, the Bears play the Commanders tough. This is the last time I'm believing in Justin Fields. So I'm going with the Bears here. The Bears here.
All right. Don, who you got?
I think Eric Bieniemy is not going to get handcuffed. I think I think they probably had that conversation that we talked about. Let's go for the win. I think they're going to put the Bears away early, and I think that should solidify the beginning of them picking up some momentum with that coordinator and that quarterback.
Right. Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders as well. I think Sam Howell might be setting himself up to be the long-term starter for the Commanders. He's made them competitive. So, gives them a shot, even though they were blown out, by the Bills or whoever it was.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But Riverboat Ron, hey, if you're listening out there, man, you got to go back to your old self, man. You got to go for the win. Yeah, you playing the Eagles, man. You got to go for the win. Yep. So, but I think they're going to get the win against the Bears. The Bears was another reckless pick of mine, and I told you, Phil, I will never pick them again. You can have.
This is it. This is it for me.
This is it. Okay. All right. All right. Next slide. We have the Sunday games. The Patriots at home against the Saints. The Patriots are 1.5 point home favorites. So I'm not sure who the Patriots are going to have at quarterback. I've heard conflicting stories that Mac Jones might be benched. So I'm not sure what's going on. But it depends on who the starting quarterback is, because I'm not confident in my starting quarterback with the Saints. I'm not sure we can score enough points. My defense is going to be elite and keep me in this game. So, wait a minute. Whoa. Let me hold up. That's right. Phil, you're supposed to be going first. Go ahead, Phil. I don't want to give you too much information.
I'm about to stop you.
Yeah, let me stop. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, this is tough, man, because you brought up some good points about Mac Jones and Matthew Judon is out 2 to 4 weeks, so a couple games. I'm gonna go with the Patriots here on this one.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with the Patriots on this one.
Don.
Yeah, y'all look real bad last game. But
wait a minute. You were just
hold on. Can you talking over me? I mean, if I'm talking, you talking. Who listening? I mean, I thought we had the system. I'm looking at right now. The Patriots are a dumpster fire, and I think they're gonna be fighting for their life. I like the Saints defense.
Me too.
I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one. Phil is talking crazy. I think the Dallas tape has shown us that if you blitz Jones the right way, I think he'll fold. So let's go with the Saints, and I think this would be part of them building that momentum.
Okay. So once again, my heart is telling me the Saints, but my mind sound like R. Kelly telling me no.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
One, and here's why. I'm not sure if I knew for certain that Mac Jones was starting, I'm going with the Saints. But I think Mac Jones is going to start. And going with a team that was just blown out away, and then they play at home the following week, and then with a good coach.
And a good defense.
They're going to try to rebound.
Yeah. It's going to be a low-scoring game, though, I'll tell you.
It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Are you saying Belichick going to try to tape the Saints offense?
Why bother? He doesn't need it.
You as cold as ice.
For what? He doesn't need any tape on that, baby. Now, he needs some tape on that defense. Figure out what the hell they doing. But he doesn't need any tape on our offense.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Patriots. My heart is saying the Saints. But I'm going to go with the Patriots because I got to catch up to Don. Next slide. Yeah. Bills at home against the Jags. Go ahead, Phil. You got the Jags, right?
I said this team was struggling at the beginning of the season. I just don't know what Jags are going to show up. I can't pick the Jags this week. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going with the Bills this week.
Okay. All right. The team that's going to be 8-9 this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they win
this game, they'll be halfway there.
I got to start catching up with Don, so I got to start.
Okay, you can't be making no more foolish picks.
I can't make any more.
Who you got, Don?
So you saying Bill Jags? I got the Bills.
You got the Bills. Yeah,
this is an easy pick.
Yeah, you ain't no fool. And the Bills are 5.5 point home favorites. So yeah, I'm going with the Bills. Let's not be silly here. All right, next slide. Falcons at home against the Texans. The Falcons are 2-point home favorites. Phil. Desmond Ridder?
Absolutely not. Man, this is tough. I'm going with the Texans.
You going with the Texans?
Yeah, I'm going with the
Texans. I'm not even going to waste your time.
Yeah, you know they better that wishbone, baby. Go right that wishbone.
Yeah, I'm not even going to do that to Nate. I'm going to clown him and stuff, man. I'm not going to do that.
Nate, they're not so great.
Yeah, I'm going with the Texans too. I like what they're doing in Houston. So I got the Texans winning this game. This would be an upset. All right, next we got the Lions at home against the Panthers. The Lions are 9-point home favorite. I tell you, if I knew if Andy Dalton was playing this game, I would probably think about this. But go ahead, Phil. I don't want to give you any more information.
Hey, Mom, you try to dial a friend.
Jared Goff to me is really impressing me. That defense is nasty. They're starting to gel really well. I got the Lions. I think this is going to be a complete blowout. I'm talking like 14, 21 points here.
Don.
The Lions are legit. So yeah,
I'm not going to go that far, but I would say that the Lions have proved themselves to be a formidable opponent. So yeah, they'll win this game with ease.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Lions are going to win this game with ease. I got the Lions winning. Next slide. Colts at home against the Titans. The Colts are 1-point home favorites here. Divisional game. Who you got, Phil?
Know how I feel about the Titans. I'm completely going with the Colts here.
Okay. Don.
Man, I'm gonna go Colts, man, but I just don't like the way that they look. Cause Taylor's back on the practice squad, right? Or he's back in the facility. If I'm not mistaken, right, Mom?
I think he's back in the facility. No. He hadn't signed anything, right? He hasn't
who are you talking about?
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, no, he hasn't come back yet. No,
he hasn't come back.
He hasn't come back yet.
Man, I just don't like that young quarterback running that ball because the running back that they have, he's not going to eat them yards up like he's supposed, like Taylor's supposed to. But I'm still gonna go with the Colts. I think the Colts have enough excitement to win a game, but I need to stop. I need them to stop winning the game with excitement and running bona fide offense.
They've been in every game this season without Jonathan Taylor,
which means that they need to win, but at what cost? Because you lost your quarterback for one game.
That's true too. But they've been in every game this season, and without Jonathan Taylor, so which is good for them as far as the team, building team. So go ahead, Mark.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going back to him. going back. I said I would never pick him again. But I'm going back because I don't know what Titans team is going to show up. Derrick Henry is a man-child. I'm going with the Titans here. I don't trust the Colts. I don't trust them. I'm going with the Titans. Yeah, Titans win. And they win this division, like I said. Next slide.
Woo.
All right, let's not spend a lot of time on this one. We got the Dolphins at home against the Giants. The Dolphins are 11-point home favorites. Phil?
Dolphins. I ain't got to spend a lot of time.
Don't spend a lot of time on this. Phil? I mean, Don?
50 piece.
Wow.
50 piece.
And the Dolphins are mad at that game last week against the Bills too.
The Dolphins. This might be a 70-80 piece again. I mean, they might throw in a biscuit with it too. I mean, they might put their foot in on this one. So
I mean, how many points they put up? 28 against the Bills last week, right?
I think it was like 20.
Yeah, so they might put up 35 against the Giants.
Oh no, it's 50.
35. I'm looking at 50.
This is 50, son. This is a 50 game.
This might be a 50 piece. We're gonna see
50 4 touchdowns.
This could get ugly.
Second team scoring.
Yeah. All right, next slide. All right, so we got the Steelers at home against the Ravens. The Ravens are 3.5-point road favorites. Phil.
Man, has it been confirmed if Kenny Pickett's playing?
Oh, that's right. He got hurt, right?
Yeah, he got hurt. Man, I'm just so disappointed in the Steelers right now. So I got to go with the Ravens. Got to go with the Ravens on this one. Kenny Pickett's hurt. That team is just reeling right now. So I'm going with the Ravens.
Don, do I need to ask you?
No, they were where we thought they were. Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens too. I think this is easy. All right. We got the Rams at home against the Eagles. The Eagles are 4-point road favorites. Phil, come on, man. Give me a bold pick here.
I'm actually gonna give you a bold pick. I've been going back and forth on this. I think the Rams are gonna beat the Eagles. The Eagles haven't looked that great. They are 4-0 now. Last week Washington gave them problems. Patriots gave them problems. I think the Rams are going to beat them. This is going to be an upset alert for the Eagles, so I got the Rams here.
Don.
Oh, my big time Daddy Kang voice. What you on, Phil? Dope dog food. Ain't no daggone way.
And I think Cooper Kupp comes back. So
he does.
And what that mean? He coming back with a new leg? He bionic, man? Yeah, sit that. Man, you crazy. I got Philly. I got Philly getting ahead, and once they get ahead, it's lights out because they're gonna pound the ball, and before you know it, the play action is gonna be open, and I mean, it's just gonna be an ugly game. This is not a good game for the Rams, not at all.
I can't wait to make this a short.
All right. So I'm going with the Rams. I think this is going to be an upset. And I think that the Eagles have been in some hard fought games. You know, they just went overtime, even though the Rams were in overtime. But the Eagles had an overtime game against the Commanders, hard fought game, and a hard fought game before that. So I think this is one where the Rams are going to get it. The Eagles are flying from East Coast to the West Coast, 3 hours behind. I think this is going to be one of the games where they just maybe just be worn out, and the Rams get them.
Worn out? You like they playing on a Thursday night?
I ain't saying that, but changing time zones that can affect the body. They're going backwards.
These are professionals, Marvin. You're so disrespectful. Hey, I like that. Hey, that's a short right there.
Yeah. All right, next slide, man. All right, we got the Cardinals at home against the Bengals. The Bengals are 3-point road favorites. I'm going with the Cardinals here. I like what they're doing. Josh Dobbs, 4 touchdowns on the season, 814 yards passing. I'm going with the Cardinals. Phil.
This may be the last time I pick the Bengals. This may be the last. If you lose to the Cardinals here, you're in trouble. So I'm going with the Bengals here.
Don.
They already in trouble, man. I'm glad I couldn't wait. I'm jumping out my skin. Man, these dudes are done. They're done. They're done. Hey, matter of fact, hey, find yourself in a good draft position, man. Put yourself in a good draft position. You're trash. Next slide.
Gentlemen from Baltimore, your time has expired. All right, next we got the Broncos at home against the Jets. The Broncos are 2-point home favorites. Phil, who you got?
I got the Broncos. This is probably the last time choosing. I don't believe in Zach Wilson. He had one good game. So Broncos.
Don.
This is a good one right here because I want to say the Broncos, but I think the Jets defense are good enough. I'm going to scratch my initial pick, and I'm going to go with the Jets.
Whoa!
I'm going to go with the Jets. I think this is a game where though they're saying, all right, I got it. We are not an elite team, but we ain't goddamn trash either. So this is your way of separating yourself from the trash.
Okay.
When I come back to first place pretty sooner than expected.
Hey, they're not a first place team, but they're not trash.
Yep, that's a good pick, Don. I think I'm gonna be taking first place from you pretty soon. I'm going with the Broncos here. Yep. Your reign on top with short leprechauns. Next slide.
Vikings. Yeah. I love this, man. You're giving me my material already.
Vikings at home against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 5-point road favorites. Phil, who you got?
Oh, I don't need to say much on this. Chiefs.
Okay. Don, who
Maybe
you got?
Taylor Swift won't be in Minnesota, so
that is a fact. But the Chiefs, I think they have enough weapons to win, and I don't think that the Vikings want to play football, man. I honestly think they're playing a girls' junior flag football out there, and they just wasn't notifying everybody that they was trying to pull flags as opposed to tackling people.
Man, who you got?
I got the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs go, hey, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Marv. Here's the part that scares me about this game. Kirk Cousins can score. And I don't think that I don't like the Chiefs defense that much. But I just don't like, I hate the Vikings defense even worse. So that's the only reason. I'm not going because Patrick, because I think Kirk can go with him pound for pound. I just think that their defense, they have the worst. They have the worst of the two defenses.
Your time has expired. I'm going with the Vikings. And here's why. The Chiefs have not looked good in these games that they played. They're struggled. And the Vikings can score. I mean, Kirk Cousins has 1,200 yards passing already in just 4 games, 11 touchdowns. So the Vikings can score. And the Chiefs are struggling offensively. So the defense ain't got to do too much if the receivers for the Chiefs are dropping balls. Even though they can't tackle, doesn't matter if they can't catch it.
I guess you wishing on a star, huh?
I guess I am.
You wishing on a star, Phil.
The Vikings about to be 1-4.
I can't see the Vikings being 0-3 at home. So I
guess you're gonna be Ray Charles then.
We're gonna see.
Marv will be stuck. Marv gonna be stuck in second place pretty soon.
Hey Marv, I thank you in advance.
He's gonna be stuck in second place.
Well, considering Phil's so far behind, I mean, I got the flexibility to make picks like this.
Well,
Next slide.
You were far behind last year too.
We got the 49ers at home against the Cowboys. 49ers are 4-point home favorites. Phil, who you got?
49ers are the best team in the NFL. 49ers.
Don, you gonna show Dell some love here?
Negative. Hey, let's see if we can get him on the show for this one. I got 49ers.
You got 49ers here? Okay.
Correct, Mundo.
All right, y'all know how I feel about the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. They're the best football team in the league. 49ers they're gonna win this game. It's gonna be a good one, but the 49ers are gonna win it. All right, lastly, we got the Monday night game. We got the Raiders at home against the Packers. The Packers are 2-point road favorites here. That's interesting. Make sure I'm reading that right. Yep. Packers are 2-point road favorites here. Who you got, Phil?
Man, I've got a little back and forth on this. I have not liked the way the Packers have looked the last 2 weeks, but I'm going to pick the Packers here.
Okay. Don, who you got?
Man, I go with the Packers. I think the Raiders have not shown that they have an identity. You're not running the ball. You're not passing the ball. You're just going through the motion, 3 and outs, and now you let your defense stay on the field for, almost like 90% of the game. Go Packers.
All right. Here's the deal here. I'm going with the Raiders. I like what they did with Aiden O'Connor. I think the Raiders may have found something. So I got the Raiders beating the Packers.
Hey, what, Marv? Talk. Hey, go pull that thread. They found what?
Marv loved being in second place. I'll tell you.
I'm about to take over. And I haven't liked what the Packers have done offensively with Jordan Love.
Yep.
It is not working. So, yeah, I'm going with the Raiders here.
2-2 not working, right?
I was very hesitant to pick the Packers, too.
2-2 not working?
2-2.
Yeah, and it's not working. I forgot. Your team 2-2. Y'all not working either. So
I'm not.
Lofty standards for the Mavs.
Man.
Hey, man. Don't you sass me. Don't you sass me. Watch your mouth. All right, man. Let's go and wrap this thing up. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.